And just like that, 2021 is over. Amazing, right? It goes fast. It goes fast. It goes really fast, especially when you're really busy. All of 2021, I've been building this YouTube channel, and I hope you guys have gotten a lot of value from this. I hope you guys became a real estate investor, and I hope you guys have been able to multiply the assets you own. So for 2022, I have some big news, and it might not be so great, but let me assure you, it will be good in the long run. So for 2022, there are going to be some big changes to Hoan Zone. The biggest change of all is I'm going to stop doing YouTube for a while. Yeah, I'm going to stop doing YouTube. So I know some of you guys really enjoy these videos and you look forward to the videos every Monday and Wednesday, but I have to stop because I hired a coach to help me become a better coach. So I, though am a coach, hire coaches because I know the power of a coach. So I hired a coach and she recommended that I take a pause on the YouTube stuff and refocus my attention to building the correct business. So what does that mean? What does the correct business mean? Well, I am looking to help transform people and help them become real estate investors. And in order to do that, I need to hyper focus and figure out who it is that I'm serving, what it is that they need, and what is it that they want from their business and for their life. So I need to take a step back. Instead of just creating a whole bunch of random videos, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to study who it is that I'm helping. What are their fears? What are their frustrations? What are they struggling with? And how can I help them get through all of that so that they can build the business that they want? But before I leave, I'm going to do this one last video and I'm going to put a bunch of good stuff in there so that you can still learn from it so that you can multiply the assets that you own. So stay tuned. If it's your first time here at the Hoan Zone, welcome. Unfortunately, it's the last episode for the year. I may record videos periodically throughout the year, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so that you're notified when the videos come up. Otherwise, they're going to be lost in the shuffle. But you do want to be notified when I do release the videos, because if I'm recording a video, it's because it's really good. It's going to be really good. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. And for those who don't know what the channel is about, it is where I help you guys multiply the assets you own. That's why the shirt says, let's multiply. And what is an asset? It's something that puts money in your pocket, as defined by Robert Kiyosaki, author of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series. So part of the transformation that I am making is to understand who it is that I am serving. Ultimately, I am trying to solve your problems. But in order for me to do that properly, I need to know what your problems are. So I created a questionnaire to literally ask you, how can I help you? So you guys can help me. Go to hoanzone.com/helphone. Again, hoanzone.com/helphone. There you will find my questionnaire and you can answer the questions and help me figure out how I can better serve you guys. So go check that questionnaire out. So far, I've gotten a bunch of responses on that questionnaire, and I wanted to go over a couple of them. And in this video, I'm going to address some of the biggest concerns that you guys have. The first one being, Hoan, I'm afraid of losing money. And also, Hoan, I'm afraid of making a mistake. Well, if you're a first-time investor and you fall into that bucket, you're in luck, because I'm going to go over how to get over those fears. All right, let's address the big one. Most people wrote that they are afraid of losing money. Right? And you probably are watching this and like, yeah, Hoan, I'm afraid of losing money as well. What if I told you that on your next project, you will lose money, but you're going to lose $5? $5, right? If you were going to lose $5, how much would you freak out about that? How much would that impact your life? How much would that cause you to lose sleep? Not much, right? $5 could potentially be what you lose. But when you leave your thoughts to just, I don't want to lose money, then the amount is what's going to mess with you. Because when people think that they're going to lose money in real estate, they're thinking, oh, I'm going to lose $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000. Can that happen? Absolutely. But will it happen to you? The chances are slim if you do things the right way. Now, In my trainings, I am hyper focused on rentals. People like to do wholesaling. Some people like to do flipping. I like to own rentals. So let's talk about the rental business and how you guys can create your rental business where you minimize your chances of losing money. All right, here's an example of a property that I might buy. So here I buy the property, then I'm gonna fix it up, and when I'm all done, the property is beautiful. This is the plan right here. This is the business plan right here. Very simple. Now, where could you potentially lose money? All right, so here's an example. I buy the property for $100,000. I fix it up for $40,000. I am all in for $140,000. And I know there's no closing costs here. There's no carry costs. There's no finance costs. I get it. I get it. I just need you guys to understand what I'm working with here. So you're all in for $140,000. When you're done, the ARV is $250,000 for those brand new. ARV stands for after repair value. Okay, so I'm all in for 140. The property's worth 250. In between the two, what is that math? If you guys are following, that is $110,000 in equity that I've just created. This is rule number one. When you buy a property, buy at a discount. Don't forget rule number one, buy at a discount. So here, my discount is $110,000. Now, some people go, Hoan, why in the world would the seller sell the property for $100,000 if it's going to be worth $250,000? Well, it's because they're not in real estate. They don't know what the value of the property is. Also, this needs $40,000 worth of work. Maybe the person doesn't have a contractor. Maybe the person is 90 years old and they don't care. So they're going to sell me the property for $100,000. They're going to give away the $100,000 to their grandkids, and then I'm going to buy the property and fix it up. And they're happy to see that the house is going to somebody who's going to take care of it. I've bought lots of properties that way, where the owner, even though they're not owning it anymore, they like to see someone who's going to take care of it get the property. Not just anybody, but somebody who actually cares. And I demonstrate that I care. That's what separates me from other investors. I've won a lot of properties, not being the highest bidder, but being the one who cares the most. I get to buy the property. It's worth $250,000. I have $110,000 worth of equity here. You know what's really cool about the $110,000 worth of equity? I have $110,000 worth of equity that I can make mistakes with before I lose money. So some people say, Hoan, how do you know it's worth $250,000? Well, I did my research. I am an investor. I know my craft. I know my business. So I researched the heck out of it, and I got an appraisal that said it was $250,000. So here, I'm all in for $140,000. I have that $110,000. But what if I was wrong, right? What if I was wrong and it wasn't $250,000? How wrong could I be? How wrong might I be? Could I be $200,000 wrong? Like, could it be $50,000 wrong? If the answer is yes, right? And let's say I was, right? Let's say I was. Well, what's the difference between the $140,000 and $200,000? $60,000. Well, how crazy is that? I was wrong by $50,000. And I still have $60,000 in equity. So if you're really, really scared, then find yourself a really good deal. Your job is not to just buy properties. Your job is to find really good properties at really good prices and buy them appropriately, correctly. This is why a lot of people lose money, go bankrupt, their family leaves them, they're homeless, they haven't eaten in a week, and then they die, right? From real estate. Why? Because they didn't do the math. They're like, oh, that property is worth $250,000. I'm going to buy it for $250,000. I'm a real estate investor. Guys, you just messed up. You got to buy it at a discount. So when you buy it at a discount, you can be wrong. And in this case, I was wrong by 50 grand, and I'm still up $60,000, right? Now, the spreads might not be so good. Maybe I thought it was going to be worth 200, and I'm all in for 140. Okay, cool. So my spread is 60, and then I was wrong. And then this 120, or I'm sorry, this 200 actually was, I don't know, 160, right? I was $40,000 wrong. My spread is still 20,000. That discount, why it's so important is it protects you against losses. If you guys were afraid of losing money, that you're going to lose money, then find better deals with better equity positions. And then this way you stay safe. I don't want you, and I said this in a different video, I don't want you to be fearless, because people who are fearless just run out there and they think like, okay, whatever I do, whatever I touch turns to gold. That is not true. You could be a terrible investor with all of this confidence and bravado for no good reason, and then everything you touch turns to crap. and then you're going to lose a lot of money, and then you're going to say, oh, real estate is so risky. No, you were risky. You were risky. Don't blame the real estate. What I would say is that be fearful, right? Use fear as a tool so that you learn how to mitigate your risk. If this is a deal that you were going to do, you're like, okay, how can I mitigate my risk? Well, I'll just buy it at a better price, right? I would just buy it at a better price, and I would be super conservative with what my ARV is going to be. If I think it's going to be 250, maybe I based the project on a 200 ARV. Would I still do the deal? Is 60K enough equity for me to do the deal? If the answer is yes, fantastic. You see how fear helped you to mitigate your risk. It's an awesome tool, right? Fear as a tool. A lot of people don't talk about that. Fear as a tool will help you mitigate your risk versus fear paralyzing you. And then you think, oh, well, Hoan, I hear real estate's risky, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to stay at my job for 30 years, and then I'm going to die after I retire. Like, that sounds like a terrible life. How about you just use fear as a tool, mitigate your risk. Don't be fearless, fear less so that you can invest more. Isn't that cool? I want you to fear less. I don't want you to just have this blanket statement of fear paralyze you. I want you to be a little scared and then mitigate your risks, use it as a tool, fear less, and invest more. The other part that people are afraid of is the rehab. They're like, Hoan, what if it's not 40,000? What if it's 60,000? Okay, what if it's 60,000? So you're telling me that you're all in for 160,000? So what's the spread between here and here? 90,000, right? Oh, it's not 60,000, it's 80,000. Okay, fine, no problem. This goes to 70,000, right? You guys see, it's not something to be feared. It's something to be calculated. Don't just blanket statement like, oh, Hoan, what if I go over on rehab? What if you go over on rehab? By how much? Are you going to be 100% wrong? You thought it was going to be 40 and it actually turned to 80. Can that happen? Sure, it can happen. But if you had enough room in the deal and you were still going to have $70,000 in equity at the end, would it be worth doing the deal? In my opinion, yeah. So you guys see, by studying the numbers and not leaving it open-ended, like, Hoan, what if the rehab goes over? Hoan, what if I lose money? Okay, cool. How much? Ask that question. Fill in that blank afterwards. How much? Hoan, what if I lose money? Okay, what if you lose $5? Is that going to end your life? No, that's not so bad. Okay, then there you go. No big deal. The other component is, Hoan, what if I make a mistake? Fine, you make a mistake. Okay, your rehab's $40,000 here. You make a mistake. You make a $5,000 mistake because you misquoted something, you didn't see something, whatever. Okay, so your rehab's not 40,000, it's 45,000. Okay, you made the mistake. Guess what? You learned for next time. So that when you go do another deal, when you multiply, right? When you guys multiply the assets you own, you're not going to make that same mistake again. You're going to know better. And when you know better, you do better. And when you do better, you make more money. People are so deathly afraid of making a mistake that they won't leave their job. But what if your job was the mistake? What if your job was the mistake and every day you went to it was the mistake, right? Your kids are growing up without you there. You're not building any net worth. You don't own any assets that are appreciating. Like, maybe that's the mistake, but you're making it every single day. You don't even notice it. So are you going to make a mistake? Probably. But is it going to be the end of the world? No, because you're probably going to learn from it and be better because of it. I just had a conversation recently with a friend of mine who has a job where she's going to be leaving within the next 6 months. She said that she wants to focus on being a mother because she is due in about 6 months and she wants to be there for the baby full time, and I totally understand. And so I told her why I chose to invest in real estate. And it's not because I love it. I tell people all the time I hate real estate. I love investing in it though. Right? So it's a very big difference. So here's the thing that I said to her. I said, okay, what if I own this property, right? And the property is worth $250 and I owe $140 on the property. My net worth would be $110, correct? She said, yeah. I said, what do you think is going to happen in, say, 10 years? And she said, Well, it's probably going to go up. And I said, what do you think the number is going to be? She said, I don't know, 350, right? So I wrote 350 here. And then I said, in those 10 years, what happens to the mortgage? What happens to the debt that I have on the property? She said, well, it's going to go down. I said, yep, give me a number. What do you think it's going to be? She said, 110. I said, don't matter. It doesn't matter what the number is. Just let's play around with the number, but it's going to be less, right? 110. So 140 to 110, that means that my equity position changed from 110 to 240. So my net worth just went up by $130,000. It was 110 and now it's at 240. And that's just on one property. And she has a daughter right now that's 3 years old. I said, in 15 years, your daughter's going to be 18. I said, how are you going to be able to pay for college or a car or a house or anything that the daughter might want? Plus, you're going to have that second kid. Well, one good way is to have the property just appreciate over time. And when you allow the property to appreciate over time, all you have to do is own the thing. And while you own it, what else is happening? You're getting cash flow. The tenants that live there are paying you and you're living off of that cash flow, which is a really, really cool thing, right? So this is one of these plans that just made perfect sense to me. I was just like, oh, why would I not do this? So this is why I do it, guys. And all I needed to do was learn how to mitigate my risk, how to fear less and invest more. So I've been doing this for the last 10 years and I've just been buying properties and property and property and property. And when you do it right, you have no money in the deal. And when you have no money in the deal, you get to do it over and over and over, which is really, really cool, right? So here, this is my game plan. Super simple versus the alternative, which is, hey, Hoan, if you're 30 years old today and you want to work at this job, then one day you get to stop working. Oh yeah, when? When you're 65 years old. 65, that's 35 years from now. Okay, fine. Let's play with your plan. So in 35 years, when I'm 65 years old, when I retire, will I be really rich? Oh no, probably not, or not necessarily. Wait, so why would I give up 35 years of my life to be at this place when there's no guarantee that I'm going to be really, really rich? Or at least the game plan is not even there. Here, the game plan is there. The properties go up in value. The debt, at the very least, for sure goes down. The property may not go up, but the debt will go down. Right? So there is a game plan of getting very rich, very wealthy with this plan versus a 9-to-5. And that's why I knocked the 9-to-5. It's not that 9-to-5s are terrible. It's just in terms of financial plans, I like this one so much better because I can buy tons of properties now and still be really young and be free while I'm youthful, which is an awesome plan versus working. And then at 65 years old, you get to retire and now you're old and you're like, oh, this hurts, that hurts, I can't do anything. So you kind of missed it. That's just my opinion. All right, let's review the plan real quick. What I want you guys to do is fear less, not be fearless, but I want you to fear less so that you can invest more. And then the other thing that I didn't tell you guys earlier is simply copy and paste the strategy. That's it. Copy and paste the business model. I've already done this. There are other people who have already done this. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Copy and paste. They say success leaves clues. Find that person who is successful, has a lifestyle that you like, and say, hey, how did you do what you do? And then copy and paste it. Super simple. Real estate is not one of those innovative businesses that's like on the cutting edge of technology. And if anything, it's like really slow to adopt technology. So if you're not looking to be the best of the best, but you're looking to have a really great life, just copy and paste. The business is very simple. You buy a property, you rent it out, you collect the money, you get rich over time. Done. Who doesn't like that? Obviously, in this video, I addressed fear a whole bunch. And why I did that is because a vast majority of the people who filled out the questionnaire said that they were afraid of losing money. And hey, it might happen, but I wanted to shed some light to scare away the boogeyman of like, oh my God, Hoan, I'm gonna lose money, I'm gonna go bankrupt, my family's gonna leave me, I'm gonna be homeless, and then I'm gonna die on the streets alone. Don't worry about that, right? Let's shed some light on that and let's show you how to mitigate your risk so that you can actually get started and start multiplying the assets you own. And once you do it, once you go from 0 to 1, right? Once you go from 0 to 1, then going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, that's inevitable. 0 to 1, that's the hardest one. That's the one that's full of mystery. That's the one where you're kept in the dark. And all I'm trying to do is illuminate your area there so that you don't get so scared that you're paralyzed and are frozen and never taking action. That's a terrible thing, and I don't want you to waste your life in fear. 2022 can be a really, really great year for you if you start taking some action. And if you want to start taking some action today, go to hoanzone.com/2022, and there you will see what I have coming up. Now, right now I have that same questionnaire up, but I'm going to be developing a better program, and that program is going to help you guys become the investors that you want. It's going to address the things that you put in that questionnaire. That's why I have it, and that's why I'm taking a pause on YouTube, because I really want to take a step back and look at my business and how I help people from a microscopic view, and hey, what is it that you really, really need? And so I'm going to dive in and see what I can do to help you guys become that better investor that you want to be. As I mentioned, hit that bell icon so that you're notified the next time a video comes out. I am going to be stopping the schedule that I have been following, where I was releasing videos every Monday and Wednesday, so that I can really focus on developing the core services that I offer to you guys. But hit that bell icon, because I will probably still release some videos from time to time when a really good topic comes up around what it is that you guys need. All right, guys. And for the last time in 2021, say it with me, I'm Hoan Thai. Let's multiply.